Let's jump in. Let's look at BizBench Online. Now those numbers that I just showed you, those are the ones that I'm going to be working with. So I need to, and here's your software. Now some of you may have been involved. We've been doing some beta testing and getting this all ready, and they're just wrapping up the final beta testing, so we're working through that. And there's a wizard. The wizard will help you just go through the steps of tying everything together, or you can add different businesses as they are. Now it's not set up. We're working on, it'll be on bizbench.com in very shortly as we finish up the final beta testing. You choose to enter your company. You have all of your different businesses here, so you can go through. Once you've started adding your businesses, you can go through, and the next year you can add the next financial information for the year for the business. So you've got City Cycle has financial data. Here's this City Cycle business. Then we can go into the financial data, choose the year that we're working with. We need our NAICS code and the sales. I haven't finished this one out, so let's find one that has the data. Well, it might be easier said than done. We'll go through and we'll see the data then. I was just doing some testing on that one. We have different companies, so we will work with the company. Let's show you how to enter Dr. Smiley's dental practice. Now, of course, when you're entering something new, you're always going to run into all sorts of fun. We'll try and hope that everything runs smooth here. And see if I can spell. And we can use the same name for the display name. Sometimes this is shortened a little bit, so you might need might need to shorten the name of the business if it's not enough. As far as the NAICS code, we have 3 ways to find it. We can either choose the industries here, and from the industry we can dig down and it will have different types of industry. Let's find something here that gives us a lot of options. So under arts, theater, and recreation, we have all these different types of industries that it works with. We can also use a keyword search. So we can go in and put in a keyword, for example, dental, and here we see dental equipment and supplies manufacturing, dental libraries, or medical, dental, and hospital equipment supplies. We can also go in, and if that's not it, then we can at least get the industry where we're at and find out if that's it. This is done by the RMA, or the NAICS, and these are the information, or the different names directly from their database, and so sometimes it's harder to find. I'll just give you that warning right now. It's not something we control. If you know the numbers, you can type them in, and right there is that first technical problem that we're running into here. So let's go in instead and find healthcare. And under healthcare, offices of dentists. And now we just say OK. So several ways you can find it if you are looking for the industry. Here we'd have our dental practice. We have our description. Our address. Let's see. And any contact information that we want to have from this dental office. So now we save that. And over in our list now, we should have Dr. Smiley that we can go in and work with. Now, in working with Dr. Smiley, this is where we come in. We want to add more financial information. So we're going to, I right-click on the company and I add annual financial. This is for I'm getting ahead of myself. This is the information for 2012. Now it asks for the annual sales, which is actually our net sales is after returns. So I'm going to put in 937782 is the number we had. And the total assets and total liabilities, the balancing number is 819. Now we're going to go through the balance sheet, as I said. I tried to make this smaller so you don't have to just watch me type here the entire time. But tabbing through the information, we can quickly enter all the information in there. By going to next, we're now asking for our current liabilities and long-term liabilities, and this company did not have any of them. Our investment, our stock, was $61.26, and our retained earnings was $24,693. This tells us we are not out of balance, that we are in balance right now. And we're now looking at our profit and loss information. Our gross sales was $94,299. Remember, I put in there it was a net sales, and so we need to show that we had $5,209 in returns. Our cost of sales were $17,400. No, I'm sorry. Am I on the right number here? 918. Yeah. $174,918. Our operating expense was $603,762, and no other expenses. So our net profit before tax was $159,102, and we can check that against our numbers. Our owner did take home $150,000, and our full-time employees, we had 3 full-time employees, or the what is equal to 100, the 3 employees. Now we have all the information, and now we can go in and see the reports. Okay, we can verify our information. We have our general information tab, our balance sheet, and that gives us our balance sheet liabilities and equity. Or our income statement gives our income statement and our statement information, customized information for that. So with all that, we can now go in to the 2012 and select our reports. We've entered all the information, and now we can look at either a summary report or a detailed report. The summary report I'm going to go through a little bit quicker just because it is set up. It will be set up so you can add your logo to their report or add their logo to their report. And it'll also have the ability to put in your contact information down in the corner here. So there will be some ability to make this a little prettier for you. On the first pages of this report, this is one of the first strengths that you go in and you can show them. And I don't know, I don't want to go into a lot of that, but it gives a list of the strengths of this business. So we've got areas of strength. The operating expense percentage is lower than the average. The operating profit percentage is higher than the average. So we've got all of these items here, and then it also gives us a place for areas for improvement. And the gross profit percentage is below the average for similar sized firms in the industry. It gives a little bit of an information about what the business needs, and then goes through a lot of those different ratios and the ranges, how it's comparing, what it's comparing. And because I used simplified numbers, again, it made it very simple to work with, and not all of the numbers here, or not all of the percentages or ratios will be listed. In the comparison of asset components for Dr. Smiley, you've got graphs in here and charts that are colored and make it real easy to show. This is what we have. This is what the industry average is, the industry sample. This is where you are. Comparison of liabilities and net worth components. The several different reports. Now, this first report that you'll get is about 16 pages long. So I got 16 pages long. That's the summary. This is the one as you go in and you tell the client, I'm going to go and do this for you and give you a report. This is a report that you're giving them. But that's not the only report there is, because we want you to be able to be the profit and growth expert. And that's the advantage of this detailed report. With the detailed report, pretty much the first 16 pages are the same that you're giving the client. And it's taking a second to load. You should see it now. Your detailed report gives you an outline of what's included. You have the same information, so you can give them their report and you can review your report. In one of the tools that if you have the Universal Practice Builder, you'll find out this DuPont model is an excellent tool. It takes a little bit of time. I don't have time to go through it right now. I wish I did, but it's an excellent tool to see if you're going to sell something, if you want this profit, what do all the other numbers have to be to get what profit? If you want to increase this profit, if you want to double it, you need to double this or this. So it just goes through. You don't have time to go through that report right now. I wish that might be another webinar. Tells us our Z-score analysis, another big score. We've got the same data, the same charts. And I'm scrolling through this very quickly, I understand. But you'll be able to see a lot of these as you work through it. It gives an explanation of what are net sales, what's gross profit, what's operating profit, in a way that is easy for them to understand, way easy for you to explain it to them. And then it talks about, well, this business, the operating profit for Dr. Smiley Dental Practice is 16.9% of sales. This compares to the industry average of 15.2%. Maintaining the solid performance depends on continuing to achieve good gross profit margins and reasonable control of operating costs. Now, you go in with that information, they call you, they see that you are the profit and growth expert. As we scroll down farther into this report, now we're down into the 30s, here's where you get into more discussion ideas. Gross profit percentage is below average for similar sized firms in the industry. That was one of the big problems that it had, and now this gives you a number of different tools or different items that can help improve that problem. So they can go in. Now, you're not going to go find all of these, and you're not going to give them a list and say, here, do all of this so your gross profit percentage will go above the average. You're not going to do that. But you're going to look at this, and you're going to say, okay, for this industry, for this company, what are one or two things that we can work on to help build this business? This is a powerful tool. You can make notes of your appointment with them and go through all of this. If you've got special notes, you can actually have them printed right on this report. So that is how easy it is to go in and get this report and do the reporting, run this report. We've got the summary, we've got the detail, and the reports make sense. Like I said, you can personalize them, you can customize them. You can, if you've got 2 or 3 people in your accounting practice that do reports, so you've got different employees, or it's a husband and wife team, you can change and have the preparer that talk to that person. You can have their name on the front. It shows you the areas of strength, the observed areas for improvement, how to identify the gaps and find the solutions. This is a great tool. This is one of the big tools of becoming that profit and growth expert. But this BizBench Online gives you the instant business benchmarking, complete with percentile rankings for each of the business, the ratios, the color graphs, the tables, the narrative, and it all makes sense to your customers. Your clients are going to appreciate the effort you put into helping them succeed. All of this is about serving your clients. Everything we do is about serving your clients. If you're not in business to help serve and help your clients, this might not be the industry for you. Now, we get paid for that, and this is what we love, and so that's what we work with. But this is all about working with and serving your clients. So why should you work with BizBench Online? It's very user-friendly. You put in the information it asks for, you go in, you add the client, you add the information, you run the reports. It's an easy way to plan, to form strategies, and to manage all your information from your clients. There are over 730 different industries. The data group is accounting to firm size. You provide multiple solutions in areas identified as potential clients or potential weaknesses for the clients. And it's a tool that you can use to go out and get clients, because if you're getting a client, and first off, you go out and say, I want to give you this report, they say, that's great, I'd love to find out how I compare with all the other businesses out there. And you ask them, well, okay, I just need your financial statements. And they say, well, I don't have financial statements. Hey, I can help you with that. That's a tool to get in the door. You can help them do that and gather the information. Or I need last year's taxes. Well, I haven't done taxes yet. Oh, well, I can help you gather the information and either do the taxes or get ready for the tax person. And thank you again for your time. Have a great day. Have a great weekend.